Welcome to another video that I keep procrastinating. I need to do this video. This is Dr. Stone, Season 4, Episode 7. I was planning to do this video earlier in the day, and then my friend asked if I wanted to play games with her, and I decided to do that instead for a while. And then I was like, okay, no, I really need to go and record this video. And then I went to record the video, except then I got distracted by other stuff, and I got distracted for a while. So yeah, I've really procrastinated this. I need to get into this video. This is Dr. Stone Season 4, Episode 7. In the last episode, we got introduced to Luna, who was sort of a spy for our, she was spying on us. But I think we know she's a spy. I think like right away as she came on, Tsukasa was like, yeah, that girl's definitely a spy. But we're maybe gonna win her over, and it seems like she likes brainy types, and you know, we got a brainy type in Senku, so I think she's going to fall for Senku. Someone else reminded me, because I knew it was Alexis Tipton who played Luna, and I knew it was Aaron Desmuke who played Senku. I had forgotten, of course, Aaron Desmuke and Alexis Tipton are also the two leads in Kaguya-sama, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I love that show in both sub and dub so much. I've watched the whole show in both of those. I kind of like them equally, to be honest, for different reasons. But so it's kind of like a reunion of Alexis Tipton and Aaron Desmuke romance in a way, because they're both sort of in this, and I don't know if there is going to be any like, I mean, I don't imagine Senku's like a romance type, but let's see if there's like a one-sided crush at the very least from Luna to Senku. So yeah, let's jump into Dr. Stone. This is Season 4, Episode 7 of the show. Here we go.
In the words of Dr. Zeno, well, it's rather
Elegant.
elegant.
Oh, I love this music. Flashback to Senku. Yep. Age 10. This is at 10 years old, remember? Oh my god, he can create a bomb at 10.
Next one's getting off the ground. Oh, dang it!
Oh, Taiju, you're trying to learn it.
Rocket secrets on that thing. Huh? I didn't know you could read English. That's amazing.
I wish, but not quite.
Oh.
Still stuck at this is a pen. It is written in English, so I have to squeak by with a dictionary.
Oh, goddamn.
Pouring over. Yep, near and far. I'm basically a science spammer.
Johnson Space Center.
The sky is blue.
That's adorable. Be sure to give them a good answer.
Here's one from a Japanese.
His name is Senku, huh?
It's gonna be like really
He
complicated.
must have put a lot.
What's the little taekwondo?
That looks like Einstein. Corroborate
With
this.
rocket research, the problem was with the oscillating component of the firing pressure. I managed to get the intermediate frequency oscillatory combustion down to 7% by week. So I set up a VPN on a lab server at the university my dad taught at and used the sewer.
I'm pretty sure he's confessing to some serious.
I don't care what it is. We can't get mixed up in it. Just ignore him.
No! He's an inquiring mind. Oh, Xeno though. So Xeno replied that he was 20. Wow.
Did it, Senku?
I've included the math below for reference, but long story short, it's to be made of niobium alloy.
This is cool.
I suspect your efforts are being led wildly
I like-
astray by faulty data.
He called him Dr.
You are
Senku.
clearly using science is elegant.
Oh, that's so cool.
Try the 100 yen store.
Wonder how much the thing costs.
Oh god, it's probably so fucking expensive, it's insane. That actually looked cheaper than I thought it was. What was that, like 5,000 yen? It's not, I mean 500,000 yen? Not that bad.
Yeah, now skip the waterworks and give me the goods on.
Oh, okay.
Give me your credit card!
Credit card trading in the U.S. can buy whatever scientific equipment they wanted.
Oh, that makes sense.
How do you think that won't turn up in a standard Google search?
Generation gap alert, old fart. I don't get that reference.
When's your next?
Renew the credit card.
Don't be cruel to your old man!
Oh my gosh. That's so fun though. So he got all of his equipment on NASA's dime.
I'll take any advantage I can get. And this is huge.
That's
Our
crazy.
mountain of equipment. We'll forge our way across 2 million years of human history.
That's
but
so
not
cool.
From the ground up.
Project Helium 3. Nice. This is so fun. I like this backstory so far. Oh my god. Whoa. Rejected. So this might also be his villain origin story. At the same time as it's like a cute story for Senku.
It's like asking why I don't just hit the track and bet on all the winning horses from the start. There's still so much we don't know yet. In a lot of ways, science is...
Any of it could be useful.
Science is power.
They were really on the same page.
I trust you don't.
10 billion% of it all.
Oh, hey, Xeno! What would you do if you were sent back in time to the Stone Age?
Damn, so Xeno and Senku's dad would have been
Create
talking
scientific weapons from
occasionally.
scratch to rule as a dictator.
Damn.
I'm 10 billion% sure. A greedy bastard who literally wants to know everything about everything would show up. Basically, someone just like my son,
Or it'll literally be his son.
in which only one can reign supreme.
Damn. They even
If you
called
can
it the
manage
Stone
that,
World then?
It would
This suggests that sulfonamides would work. They could treat pneumococcus.
Oh, you going somewhere?
Just Africa.
Man, he's gonna learn all over the world.
My son's on the way!
He loves him
You
so
two must
much.
be real close.
Actually, the awful reason he's coming to see me is
Because of
my
money.
credit card expired.
Yeah.
I should mention his name is Senku.
And this is when Dr. Xeno finds out?
Pain.
Uh-huh. But I imagine they never met. Or Xeno would know by looking at him in the real world. Oh, never mind. They're meeting. Shit. Okay, well this plan isn't gonna work then. This fake scientist plan. Damn, man. I mean, there was like a connection between those two. But Xeno was like clearly more evil with it. Oh, that's great. Humanity. The night before petrification. Okay. Are we gonna find out how Xeno didn't get petrified? Or that how he brought himself back, rather?
It's safe to assume these are real swallows turned to stone.
Yep.
That's
So
an
he did.
innovative approach.
He did think
Old
that.
fogies like me can hardly.
It was a high school student who posted that data analysis.
We're not sure of the significance yet. What about the X-ray fluorescence analysis?
It's kind of nice seeing people who aren't Senku doing science.
As well as carbon and nitrogen. No embrittlement in response to short wavelength electromagnetism.
Impossible.
This show feels like it'd be so hard to
Unpredictable
write.
ways to eat.
Well, it's worth a shot anyway. We're making gasoline out of plastic bottle caps.
Yep,
today.
and this is the
Normally
first
you would use
episode.
something Let's try the swallow wing.
Oh.
See if it works as a substitute.
This is it, Senku! My mind's made up! I'm finally gonna do it!
Looks like I successfully made gasoline.
It's just supposed to be a DARPA tech demonstration. But if that's really true,
DARPA tech demonstration.
it's so suspicious I can practically feel my asshole puckering.
It's a gathering of the best. All of the most talented superheroes in America.
There's the
Wonder what
woman.
the deal is.
I believe there's a very slight potential deviation around the head. They're brain waves.
So if you get hit by this new weapon, you're saying there's still a chance of survival if you
If
can
you-
somehow force yourself
Yeah,
to
if
stay
you
awake?
keep yourself thinking.
I brought you a little gift that I think
Wow,
will look
these guys
absolutely
are-
lovely on you.
Wow. These guys were all around.
Please, it's not the time to be impressed by a flashy display, you filthy
So do they all just keep themselves conscious? Like in the same way that Senku did, by counting.
It's coming. Petrification, but the real test comes after. We must maintain consciousness.
Maintain
Protect
consciousness.
Miss Luna if it's the last thing we do. It belongs to her now. I can't just drop it. It doesn't fit me. Sorry. I'll wash it later.
Oh, what the heck? What's that gonna do? So they knew ahead of time you have to try to remain conscious.
Shit.
So that could explain it.
Orders.
It's my destiny to find myself a capable man. Ultimate power couple. That soldier said to stay awake, so let's do this.
Yes.
So staying awake. I'm not that cool-headed gal.
But they had to do this for thousands of years, didn't they?
Refuse to leave my precious single goddess in her.
I don't think I could do it for that long. I don't think I could do it for more than a month. Oh, slowly pushed away.
It's filled with saltpeter caves. That means nitric acid. I know what I'll need. Something for both livestock feed and to produce alcohol for fuel. Yellow dent corn.
Wow, he was
There's a
thinking that
location
far
in the
ahead
West Coast
immediately.
Corn Belt. It will have hybridized there.
He was so quick with
better
it.
yet,
Senku took way longer to get
some
to this
kernels have
point.
been if there are any scientists around at that time, I'm certain that's where they'll gather. It's the essence.
Of science.
Of science.
Wow, that's so great. All right. Wow, I really liked that episode. Dr. Stone has had some good like flashback episodes, I feel like. They normally it's normally good at like doing a nice little build up. It doesn't feel too slow paced. I feel like it's often like entertaining and fun, but then also like interesting to see how things got to the way they are. And also I feel like I just trust this show. Like with this show, either the author is very good at planning things out way ahead of time, or he's really, really clever and good at filling in the blanks. Like he's left these blanks for himself and he's good at coloring those in. Because like I've always found things just feel like they just make a lot of sense to me. I mean, and that's perfect for a show about science, that you want a show where the whole point is like, you know, the whole point of the show is like things making sense, things having an answer. You want the story also to have that feeling of science as well, that feeling of things having an answer to them, things making sense the whole time. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode a lot, because it was cool seeing how Senku and Xeno were connected, and like I was so curious at like how did Xeno how did Xeno revive himself? How did he come back? Senku did the thing of counting the whole time, right? But that was like the reason I'm pretty sure Senku wasn't counting because he was going, well, when you're frozen, you'll be using, you know, you'll be still using brainwaves or whatever, so that'll be burning away the energy within the rock or whatever. Like, I don't think he was thinking about that at the time. He was thinking, I need to count so that when I revive, like I want to revive at a time where where it's not winter or whatever, and that I actually have the best chance at survival. And also I need to know like how long has passed so that I can, you know, do calculations based on that. So he was trying to gather information to give himself the best chance at survival. But it seems like Dr. Xeno was like, he already, you know, he was also gathering information, but he wasn't doing it with the counting. But he was making his plan, and also he knew you had to stay conscious to be able to revive yourself. Which like I think Senku kind of had that as a bit of a theory, where he was like, if I stay awake, there's a chance at my revival or whatever. But it was like I think Xeno was actually like, this is something we studied. This is something that this is an actual viable method to coming back. So yeah, I really liked seeing that. And then like that kind of makes sense that they told people in that area, they said, we're about to be petrified. Everyone make sure to stay conscious. Now, the crazy thing about that is thousands of years passed, right? So, like, they were sitting there thinking for like 3,000 years or however long it was. Now, there must be some sort of, like, thing that it does to your brain where it doesn't send you insane. Like, there has to be something to it where it's like, if you kind of are in that petrified state and you, because of the way the petrification works, you don't have to worry about food or water or like stimulation or anything, right? So because it's like maintaining your body at its state, maybe that makes it so stuff like boredom and fear and all of that is less likely to happen within your body. Because, like, if it was just right now, someone said, hey, from this point on, you're not going to die, but you just, like, we're just going to keep you perfectly still, and I just want you to lie there and just think to yourself for 3,000 years. I would be like, I don't think I could do that for longer than a week. I would go crazy after a week, I think. It would be, like, it would be just so difficult. But I feel like there's got to be something, the way that your brain interacts with the idea of being petrified must make it feel faster. Because I feel like otherwise, people like Taiju, who also stayed awake for that entire time, and people like Luna, who she's not a scientist or anything, and all she's doing is like freaking out in there. That, like, I feel like when they did revive, they would be broken, like completely broken, but they don't seem completely broken. They're just like, oh, okay, what's happening? Like when they get revived. So yeah, I feel like there's got to be something. I'm not saying it needs to be something that's answered in the show. I'm just saying, like, my justification in my head for that is that it has to affect your brain in some way. Like, either the petrification itself directly affects your brain, or, like, this is a fictional scenario, this idea of being petrified. The fact, like, it would be something to, like, our bodies, because they require food and water and to survive and all of this other stuff that our bodies require. If you take away those needs, our bodies can sort of be content and time can go a lot faster. Time can feel a lot faster. Like that's maybe the way that the brain works. So it would feel more like a really long dream, perhaps, even though you're conscious the entire time. Technically, it might feel like a really long dream. So yeah, I loved Senku going to visit his dad and his dad being so excited the entire time, and also like getting that NASA credit card. That makes a lot of sense, like how he gets his equipment and stuff. It's like his dad's an astronaut, so he just uses that credit card, and it's like they're not gonna bat an eyelid at him buying scientific equipment, and they're gonna fund it because he's an astronaut, he needs it. So that's really cool. Anything else? No, I'm really excited to see more of this. This is a good setup for Xeno. I also like that the entire time he is, like, you can just, he's kind of fucked up. Like, he's just kind of evil the entire time. And like, cause he's got that, like, that unsettling smile to him. And I just think it's kind of fun because Senku is like sort of unsettling and unwavering in how much he is apathetic towards, like the idea of other people being evil, or apathetic towards like any evil deeds he could do himself. Like, all he cares about is his own science, his own brand of science. But he's not like, but he doesn't get too worked up about it. You know what I mean? Like, when Xeno and other villains and stuff are doing horrible shit, most of the time, he's not actually that bothered by it. He's just like, yeah, but I'm not going to let that happen. He's just like very confident in his own abilities, and he's just very stubborn like that. So I like seeing that same sort of stubbornness in both Xeno and Senku, but for different reasons. And it does make them great foils for one another. The one thing is, this does make it difficult because now we've done the whole plan of like, oh, we've got a doctor, Dr. Taiju, and, you know, he's our main doctor. But now we've seen Xeno has seen Senku's face and has heard Senku's name. So now if I don't believe he's heard Senku's name in the Stone World yet. If he hears Senku's name or sees Senku's face, I think he'll be able to piece together that Taiju was not the scientist and immediately figure it out. So so yeah, we gotta be careful. We gotta be very careful because like, I think maybe Senku can put that together now that he knows that that's Xeno. So they'll have to be more careful. But yeah, it's dangerous. Anyway, that is Dr. Stone Season 4, Episode 7. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I have a Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can go down below, go to my Patreon account. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.